Thank you for tuning in with Comic. I'm Brian Koppen. We're here with comic Mark Henely. Mark Henely, how the hell are you?
I'm good, dude. How you doing?
Oh, good. Thank you so much for coming on. You are the dude. You're showing up on my Zoom as the big dog. Is that what people on Zoom call you?
Yeah. I jokingly started calling myself the big dog to
Yes.
the people at comedy shows. I used to, when I host an open mic, I would randomly declare people were the big dog of the night, and then got jealous of that and started calling myself the big dog.
Yes.
And during Zoom calls, it's obnoxious to just change your name to the big dog and stuff. So I've been doing that for a while, and that's why that pops up.
Did you do? Yeah, you got a good look, man. You're the big dog.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're the man to know in Jersey, man. So like, first of all, you're doing. I'll fucking mention the socials, which everybody knows. It's Mark Henley at both Twitter and Instagram, but also on Facebook. They give you a follow because you post a lot of the stuff you're doing with Comedy Fight Club. You're a big official now.
Yeah, I'm an official Comedy Fight Club, the official big
Yes.
dog of Comedy Fight Club. I
So
open up all the shows.
yeah,
If
when
you watch the show on
people
Gas Digital,
yeah,
I'm the first thing you see.
yeah, you're the first dude, and you're fucking yelling about the importance of Comedy Fight Club on Gas Digital, right?
Yeah. I'll yell about the importance of the Comedy Fight Club championship
Yes.
and how everyone should want to be the champion and all that.
And of course they do, man. It's sacrosanct. Like this thing's fucking huge, man. Everybody's on this thing.
Yeah. Sean Gardini, he's the current champion. If you don't want to take him down, then do you even want to be the best roaster in the New York region?
Dude, I can't fucking sniff at the greatness of some of these people. Like I can't, I'm not really a comic in general, but fucking roasting people always seems so mean. And I told Matt Maron so. And he's like, well, it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea.
It is mean, but it also isn't. Like I don't really even, when I do roast, I don't really even hear what the other person says, kind of.
Okay.
Like I don't really internalize it. People will be like, you're a fat idiot. And I just kind of am like, all right, my joke time now. Like it just doesn't hurt my feelings at all.
Yeah.
I think some people, their feelings get hurt, but like for me, I get more upset if like the roast doesn't go well, because all roasters at some point, it doesn't go well.
Yeah, and I think that's what he said. It's like you go in there with the plan, like what they're going to hit you on, so you're going to be ready for it. And if they don't hit you there, it's like you can't hit them back. If they don't talk about you being the big dog, it's like you can't hit them back for doing it.
Yeah, you write all these comebacks about how you're fat or stupid, and then they just go something different, and you're like, well, I guess I can't do any of those.
And he said even one guest was like, can you put on these glasses? I had things planned. Like I think one person was roasting another, and like he gave the comic glasses. He's like, I'm used to you having glasses on. Can you please put these glasses on?
Well, I was at a roast the other night in Brooklyn, and a guy did a joke about the other guy had a bad hairline, and it didn't land. And I'm looking at the guy, I'm like, well, because the guy's still got his hat on. You take his hat off, because both of them weren't doing that well during the battle. So I was like, you should just take his hat off and help the other guy out. At this point.
And so as an official, is it your duty to step in and take those hats off and put those glasses on?
No. My thing is just I start the show out because we usually have like two openers for the show, but it's kind of good to have somebody on that can kind of introduce the show and sort of bring up the energy. So sometimes I only do a couple minutes. I'll just like do a few bits and yell a little bit and get the energy up so that when the show starts, people are like ready to go.
And were you there with the recent dust up and the recent woman who pretended to be offended at certain things but not other things?
Yeah. The V spot. There's a woman walked up and started heckling the show, getting upset at the racial jokes, which I mean, Matt would want me to say this, but I kind of get. Like the show we were doing was in front of the V spot in St. Mark's, so we're on the street. It's not like people just walking by, you can kind of hear it.
So it's like they didn't sign up for it necessarily.
Yeah. So she and some part of me also wants to think it's a little bit brave to like, because like she's wrong. Like I think in her mind she thinks she's at like a white supremacist rally, which is not what it is. The comedians on stage weren't white. Like it's a weird thing. So like some part of me thinks like, well, she actually thinks she's standing up to some bad people, when really it's just a bunch of people, just telling jokes and stuff. And
I wouldn't want to fucking stand up to a whole fucking crew of roast of seasoned roast comics.
But she like took the next step, where the next day she like went and found our Instagram page and left a nasty thing, and then she was making Instagram stories about how the V Spot should be ashamed of us, which is ridiculous. And the thing that was bothering me about it was that she went on there and she posted that they were doing racial jokes based at the two non-white comedians that were on stage,
Right.
which is like such a distorted way of looking at it. Like, it's, first off, it assumes these two guys, Vinay and Miles Toe, that they don't know what show that they're on, that they're too naive, that we've somehow tricked them into this, not that they wanted to do a roast battle.
Yeah,
That
they're
they're
ready.
like
They're ready
adult
to
men
rebut
that,
those black. They're ready to rebut any minority joke you have, right?
yeah, and or but also, like, you don't have to rebut every joke. Some things are meant in good spirits, so you
Yeah.
don't have to be like, so like, they know what show it is. They're part of the show, and they wanted to be part of it, and also feels like it's just like twisting it, and like, and then she also it's just a distorted way of looking at things to like, I say it's brave, but also it's just as equally as dumb to jump into something without taking a
Yeah.
moment to try to understand what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, even from your perspective, even if nobody had, kind of stood up to anything, like were any of the comments, mean spirited or no?
No, no, I mean, as mean spirited as roast can possibly be.
Yeah.
But like, all of it's meant in good fun. I think some people legitimately think that, like, that racial based jokes lead to more racism, and I just don't think that's true.
You
The
can be
same way that
you
I
can be
don't,
racial without being racist, right?
yeah, the same way that, like, listening to aggressive music, I think, doesn't turn you into like a school shooter, which was always the thing to me. Was when I was a kid, they'd be like, you can't play violent video games, you can't listen to Marilyn Manson, it's going to turn you into a school shooting Satanist. And you're like, or you could just, have fun and listen to music and kind of understand what's real, what's fake, what's serious, and what's not.
Oh yeah, like correlation is not causation. And so everybody, it's like these people are, these people who go shoot up schools are so full of fucking rage that
Yeah,
they're going to, play and listen to aggro shit. It's not, it doesn't cause them to do it. It's just like, no, they're full of rage. They would have shot up 10 schools if it weren't for the ability to go online and get some of their rage out via video games or violent music.
sure. Yeah, I 100% agree. And I also think, are you responsible for every single thing that anyone would do based on something that you said or did,
Yeah.
regardless of whether or not they're right or wrong about your intentions? It just seems like a lot of responsibility to put on people
Yeah. The
for
person,
things
yeah.
you
Where's the,
100% can't
yeah.
control.
Where does the personal responsibility kick in?
Yeah, I mean, the
Think
guy,
once it leaves your mouth. Yeah.
yeah, the guy that shot John Lennon, he said he did it because he liked Catcher in the Rye. I've read Catcher in the Rye. There's no part of that tells you should shoot John Lennon. But is the guy that wrote it, is he now responsible for it because that's what happened?
That's fucking, yeah, hilarious,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, not at all. And how many people read The Catcher in the Rye and didn't go shoot John Lennon? But I suppose there was no longer. I suppose we'll
Yeah.
never know. Once he was killed, we can never know. How
We
many
can't.
people would have shot John Lennon if because of Catcher in the Rye? That's so funny.
We can't. I mean, I read Catcher in the Rye, but I read it long after John Lennon was dead. Maybe if he was still alive, I'd be sitting there reading it and be like, that
Hmm.
motherfucker's still breathing. I need to fucking change this.
We need to make
Sit
sure
around
there's a
telling me to
fucking.
imagine.
We need to make sure there's an Imagine mosaic in Central Park. Let me go kill that dude. But what's so funny is like your personal baby is couldn't be more different from what we're talking about right now, and that's Snack Attack Comedy, man. That fucking looks
Yeah.
hilarious, dude. Tell me about it.
So yeah, Snack Attack is a very wholesome show. It's
Yes.
basically me and my friend Ben Miller. We're very competitive. It
Okay.
started out as a live show where we would competitively make snacks against each other. We would cook snacks for the audience, and we'd start out. We'd host the show. I would explain to the audience that I'm a working class everyman, and he's a coastal elitist that looks down upon them. And that at the end of the show, you try our food, and then you vote on who you think is the better cook.
Okay.
you know, Either the working man or this Columbia graduate
Yeah, this effete
that
snob. Yeah.
yeah, this elitist,
So you
that
guys would actually
is
have people over and cook for them, and like, what would you be cooking? Like cheese on crackers, and he'd be doing fucking, toast points and caviar. Like, what were the snacks that you were preparing this live before the show even started?
well, no, we
Oh, okay,
had there was a venue in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and
okay,
there was a kitchen next to the area where the audience was, so we would
okay.
go and we would cook food in the kitchen, and then like we would come out from the kitchen to introduce comedians, and the comedians would do sets as the show happened.
Oh, that's cool.
And so one of them was a grilled cheese contest. where I made my friend Ben, he made a pesto grilled cheese,
Yeah.
very fancy, and I made flaming hot Cheeto grilled cheese, where I put flaming
Yes.
hot Cheetos, I crushed it, and I put it on
Yes.
the outside. This is also when I was very fat.
Okay.
I've since lost 75 pounds, but when I was
Congrats.
very fat, I would crush up red hot Cheetos and put Cheetos inside of it, and
Sure. Sounds great, dude.
yeah, I won that one 8-7, and I only know the vote count because Ben recently brought up the vote count, and I was like, "You remembered it?" And
I
he
got
was like, "Of
beat.
course," like because he's still salty to this day that his
Yes.
pesto grilled cheese didn't
But
win
does
that.
that mean that you had 15, you had to make enough food for 15 judges? And who were the judges? The comedians or the audience?
Oh no, it was 15 audience members.
Wow. So you cooked for 15 though, or did they have like segments of grilled cheese? Do you
No,
do 15 grilled cheeses?
we probably did more because we also did it for the comics, and then also not everyone stayed
My Lord.
to vote and stuff. Some people would eat and leave.
My
We could
Lord.
typically get like 20 to like 30 to 40 people in this room.
And you'd
Yeah,
feed that many.
yeah,
You're like a
yep.
professional chef, right? That's not your day job, is it?
No, no. This is also kind of the bit was generally that Ben would try for bigger things. Like he would make cookies, and I would make something way less skilled, but I would have a stronger
Yeah.
branding. It would also be way dumber, Um,
But how would he make cookies? So would he make cookies during the show? Because that takes a while.
yeah, yeah. He would. We had like
Wow.
a toaster oven there, so he would toast. He would make them in the toaster oven, and sometimes it would completely screw up. Like one of them,
Yes.
I won because he was trying to make ice cream in like the space of like 70 minutes, so it barely yielded any ice cream. And
Yeah.
then
Oh,
I
so you
made
just bite off less and you win by default.
yeah, yeah, and then I
Nice.
made like I think I made that time. I think I made the cup of dirt, so that you just make pudding and then put in crushed Oreos
Yeah. Amazing.
and gummy worms and
Yeah.
just like and then
Genius.
everyone eats like a mouthful of ice cream, and then I have like an actual thing, and then they're like,
Yeah.
okay, that thing wins. So
That's
there
amazing,
were a
dude.
bunch.
You're you're
Yeah, and
you're a
then
genius. You're a snack food genius.
thanks. And then we decided that it'd be fun to do an internet show to promote the live show.
Okay.
So what we would do is instead of cooking, we would do curation. So we would each pick a snack, and then we'd have a guest over, and they would determine which snack was better. So we did that for a few episodes, but then the quarantine hit.
Yeah. How'd you
Um,
switch it up?
well, I want to first off state that, and we did 3 episodes of it where people were coming to my house to try snacks, and I won that one 2-1.
Yes.
Because he likes very bland things, and again, this is me at my fattest, so he's like offering people stuff like rice crackers and water, and
Ugh.
I'm offering like chips and dip and Mountain
Yes.
Dew, like flavorful things.
Yeah.
But which is sometimes too much. Sometimes people don't like to like the one that he won was rice cakes and water versus Andy Cap hot fries and Dr Pepper.
How'd you
You
lose
ever have
that?
Andy Cap hot fries?
No, they sound amazing.
They're a snack. Like Ben said he'd never seen them, and now he sees them everywhere he goes.
Okay.
They're like these old these like they're like real thin cheese fries that are they're spicy. They're
I'm
not
looking
that
at
great,
it. I'm
but
looking at it right now. Are they
yeah,
like
and there's like
shoestring?
some
Are they like shoestring potatoes where they're hard?
yeah, they're hard and crunchy,
Okay.
and the Andy Cap is some character from a comic I've never read, but they were like everywhere when I was growing up. Andy Cap hot fries.
But you can
And
beat rice
then
cakes, man. Come on, Christiana Jackson. Is
nah,
she the one judging that?
yeah, she judged that. She actually did not. She actually preferred the rice cakes and water. But for
Why?
the other ones, like for the Matt Marin one, he picked Ben picked jalapeno chips and water. He doesn't drink anything other than water. So
They're
and
giving people
I
Dr. Pepper and shit, and he's having to go with water. He's
yeah,
always at a disadvantage, man.
and
That's funny though.
I picked chips and sour cream and onion dip with
Yes.
Mountain Dew Code Red. Which there first off, there's no way world where Ben would ever win the episode with Matt Marin on it because Matt likes all like the weird dumb food that I like,
Yeah.
and Ben also picked. I know he was done because he also picked jalapeno chips, which like Matt doesn't like spicy food, so
Oh.
you just didn't know the audience.
Yes, man. You're just
Um,
you're just winning by like doing all the little things, man. Like not biting off more than you like in all these food shows. You can't bite off
yeah,
more than you can chew. You have to finish in the amount, and you have to know your audience, and that's just amazing, dude.
it's big, yeah. And then so when quarantine hit, Ben went to Texas for a while, and I was staying in Jersey City. So we decided to do like these quarantine ones where we would film it all over Zoom, and we would send the person a snack, and then we would all eat the same snack, and then we would have the audience vote over who they thought had the better snack picked.
Okay.
So like each week, one of us would submit a snack, and then they would say if the snack was good or not.
And so you just like send, cotton candy, Captain Crunch, I see as one of them. So you would send that to this
Yes.
person in the mail?
Yeah. So yeah,
That's
we
awesome.
well for that one, for some reason I was, because like Ben would ship anything. I was trying to deliver that. I was delivering that hand to somebody.
Okay.
So that Scott Holt is like a very funny comedian and a friend of mine. So we had him eat that. That's probably the best thing that we ate the entire season. I think was the cotton candy Captain Crunch. It's very good. You wouldn't think so because it seems like a dumb idea because cotton candy isn't crunchy. So why would you make a crunchy cereal out of like a non-crunchy food by definition? You
Oh,
know.
the taste is great though. But so the earlier episodes, it's your snack versus his snack. But here, you only have one snack, and so how are you guys even competing then?
So basically, we would score points over the course of that season.
Via
So the
via
first
what though? So
episode,
yeah, so like the cotton candy Captain Crunch, you guys decided that this is a product we should send the comic who is Scott Holt,
yeah.
and then so how do people judge who won that?
So Scott judges if the snack is good or not.
Yeah,
So if he likes it, then I
yeah.
get a point. If he doesn't like it, I get no points.
Oh, because you chose the snack.
Yes. And
Ah,
then like Ben chose the licorice and the Brian one.
yeah.
So
Oh, cool.
like
I get you.
yeah.
Okay, that's fucking cool. All right, I love that. And then, but does that mean it's like for that episode though? It's almost like whoever's not proposing the snack that, but but I guess what you're doing is you're scoring like through the episode. He's probably bad mouthing the Cotton Cat and Captain Crunch, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Good. All right.
That's there's like underneath it all. There's some sort of weird reality show type angling underneath it,
Yeah.
where we're both trying. He's trying to get them to say my snack is bad, and I'm trying
Yes.
to get him to say like my snack is good, or vice versa. You
So
know?
he's like, that's too sweet. I mean, the cotton candy. And so are you guys all eating it in addition to Scott Hall?
Yes. So we're all eating it, and
Yeah. You're
we
like,
even
oh,
made
this is
this
too
might.
sweet. This is too sweet, right, Scott? This is too sweet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I love
And
that.
you try to basically like it makes it almost like a social strategy game on top of it.
Yes, I fucking
Um,
love that. And because then it fleshes out the dynamic of you and Ben, right?
Yeah, and I think it actually builds to a pretty good finale because we go into the finale, I believe, tied, and then what's it, Caitlin Palufo
Yeah.
has a Ben snack, and she can either decide to like make it so that we tie or that he wins, and the decision that she goes with is very surprising, I think, and
Yes.
you can
And
like sort of see it play out because like we're both very competitive, and it was like it took like months to make all of these, so it was kind of there's a lot building to it, you know.
yeah, so is there a lot of stuff that you do in the edit?
Ben does mostly all the editing. He's
Okay.
significantly better at editing and all these things too,
Yeah, because you're doing
which
all these
is
close up shots of him, you guys filming inside the bag and him pouring out this stuff, and I can imagine you to heighten the tension in the Caitlyn
yeah,
episode. It's like you guys could get some of that through the edit.
so the editing definitely heightens the tension. It's very fun for me to watch the episodes after they're done when I win, but the ones where I don't win is definitely less fun.
I fucking love that. Now I want you to comment on my current snack of choice because I'm
Yep.
I'm like you. Like I will gain and lose, 70 pounds at a clip, man. I'm on
Hmm.
my 10th fat. Let me tell you, like I'll fucking lose 50, gain 50 like it's nothing.
Oh wow.
And so yeah, here's my current snack. And after I talk with you and the next guest, I'm gonna go home and eat this snack. And I think you're gonna like it, and I think Matt Marin would like it. And it goes like this: get yourself a big old bag of Ruffles, right? The big one.
Yep.
Okay. Then you get yourself a big old jar of French onion dip,
Yes.
the big old one. Okay. And then you just proceed to dump the Ruffles in the dip and eat it all with a spoon and eat the whole jar. You're probably going
Oh
to eat
damn.
all of both. And it's like, I
That's
think it's,
decadent.
yeah. I mean, do you think that's tasty first?
Well, for me, what I would do is like
Yes. Improve it.
homemade sour cream and onion dip. I think is very
Yeah.
good. So all you do
Yeah.
is you just take onion soup, like the
Yeah.
packet of that.
Lipton onion with
You
sour cream, right?
Yeah, mix it with sour cream. I would
Yeah.
love to do that. I can't do it right now because I'm trying to not gain 70 pounds back.
Yeah.
But
Sorry
like
about that. Sorry. Yeah. We're
yeah, no,
talking about great food here.
Yeah, and even when we filmed that was like when I first started trying to lose weight. So, eating all that food was nice, but it was also still like I can't keep doing this again.
After you agree with me that if I had made my own thing, I don't use my fridge, and so I don't do the sour cream. Like I actually,
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the reasons why I eat it all in one sitting, because like once you open it, it starts to, the preservatives start to, like you can eat it warm, but after you open it, then you need to fucking put it in the fridge, right? But I don't use my fridge because I have OCD, and so
Yeah.
like that's why I'll always do it my way, because I suppose I could use. Yeah, I suppose I could do that, but then I eat the whole tub right away, though I wouldn't fucking put it back. But I guess the question is, after you, like, I guess the way to improve it is to do the Lipton onion soup and the whole thing is sour cream. But, after you say that that's the tastiest thing and you agree with my snack and I will win snack attack, like, I also want to know what you guys are going to do in your next season, especially now that you're thin.
I'm not sure. If we do another season, I think what I would do.
If this thing is a
Yeah.
winner, you got to do thousands of these, man.
we might do more. We've got other things we're working on right now. But I kind of think that if I go back to it, I probably have to stay true to who I am now and actually like have healthier snacks. Like I probably that, or I'm gonna go back and just like work through the memories I have from being overweight and just like take that knowledge and use it to pick snacks through there,
Back in the day, I loved this shit. And I mean, because you could, as far as trying something, like, of course, I hate, like when you're losing weight, the last thing you want to do is tempt yourself at all. But you can have a bite of something for purpose of an episode, I suppose, as long as Ben takes it away from you, throws it away in the alley immediately, right?
Yeah.
And I think there's probably an opportunity there, and you guys have probably already discussed this too, sample, like be like the Try Guys, where you're actually sampling people's products, maybe not like a Dr. Pepper, but, an artisanal soda from local Brooklyn, and to try to, maybe doctor it up a little bit. Like, you can almost do some partnering with companies that make these snacks so that you can then, because they're going to like to have 3 comics riffing on snacks, won't they?
Yeah, what we should be doing is we should be taking like whatever the new snack food or the new like fast food thing and like reviewing that essentially.
Yeah.
Like I haven't tried it yet, but Dunkin' Donuts now have, because I drink a lot of Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Okay.
But they have now a ghost pepper donut. And I don't even know what that would be or why someone would eat that, but like it is I do think about it a lot.
Like that would be an episode, but I think like as long as comedians are riffing on it, and as long as there's a way maybe to kind of keep it competitive, even if one person is trashing it, like there's a fine line to walk, between throwing your sponsor under the bus because one comic's ripping it to shreds and staying true to your user. Because like if there's a million people out there who hate the fucking ghost pepper donut, they're gonna love the fact that one of you is trashing it. And the other half of the country is going to love that the other one of you is promoting it. And as long as you're doing it in a funny way, that could be super successful, right?
Would you eat a ghost pepper donut, or do you not want to eat spicy pastries?
It can't be that. But like, meaning ghost peppers are spicy, of course. But don't we presume that maybe Dunkin' Donuts just put a little bit? Right. They must have toned it down a lot.
First off, I don't believe I can't believe they would actually use ghost peppers. And also, I feel like every other part of the donut quenches heat.
Yeah.
The donut the donut quenches heat. The icing quenches heat. Like I can't imagine it's spicy.
Yeah. So I mean, if you put a little fucking drop and it's glazed to shit, I mean, I probably could stand it. So yeah, that would probably be, honestly, it might be the only manifestation of ghost pepper stuff that I might try because I wouldn't be too worried.
Yeah, and as long as you ate it right away, you wouldn't have to put it in the fridge or anything.
Oh man, full fucking circle, and that's what makes Mark Henely the guy to watch. And we follow him everywhere. He's Mark Henely on both Instagram and Twitter, and on Facebook he's mark.henley, and he's the official now on Comedy Fight Club. So you can see on all his socials he will post, these videos, and he's the official. He's the guy who's shouting at the crowd at the beginning of each video about why the Comedy Fight Club is so important and why everybody should aspire to be the champion.
Great. Thank you so much, man.
Oh, yeah, but he's also Snack Attack Comedy, and that is linked from his Mark Henley on Instagram. So, Mark Henley, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much.